What's up, guys? Matt Fragger back again. Got another fragrance review video today, and what we're going to talk about today is going to be Mancera's Instant Crush. Uh, this one is, in my opinion, a 10 of 10 fragrance, 10 out of 10 in every category. It is one of the few 10 out of 10s that in my opinion, that I have in my collection. Um, I'm sure a lot of you out there, if somebody said, "Hey, what's your favorite fragrance?" Favorite fragrance. That's kind of a loaded question. That's a tough question to answer. There's going to be a few in most people's collections that they're going to wrestle with when they're determining like what's your favorite. Um, but in my collection, this one's going to be up there, definitely top three. Um, Great one, and I wanted to, even though I'm kind of late to the game. This one came out in 2019. It's been out for close to 5 years, so it's nothing new. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. A lot of you out there have heard of it before. Maybe some of you are deciding whether to pick this one up, and you're thinking, is it worth it or not? I'm just going to give you my thoughts and opinions on it. So here's the box. It's elegant, simple yet elegant, I would say. Just a nice shiny gold box, but it's just a box. And then all your Manceras are going to come in the little bag. I don't know. Can't think of anything off the top of my head of what this would be good for. I don't know. Probably make a cute little cell phone carrier, I guess. I don't know, but you get the bag. And so moving on to the fragrance. The presentation on this one is where we start with the as a 10 out of 10. Presentation, in my opinion, 10 out of 10. You got the gradient from clear up to the gold at the top. Again, simple elegance here with the white label. The earlier iterations of this fragrance had a screw top bottle, a threaded lid, and a different kind of atomizer. This is the newer version. This is a 2023 batch. And this one has the magnetic cap, which is always really nice to have. It's a really strong magnetic cap as well. And then on the top of the cap, you got this logo, whereas on the older bottles, you had just the M for Mancera. But 10 out of 10 presentation, in my opinion. Beautiful bottle. Now, moving on to the next thing would be, what's the atomizer on this like? Well, the atomizer is also 10 out of 10 on this fragrance. And I'll give you a look at it. Really big, juicy burst. That sounds kind of dirty. Big, juicy burst. And oh man, as soon as this thing hits the air, guys, it reminds me why it's one of my favorites and why I say it's one of my favorite fragrances that I've ever smelled. When I first smelled this thing, a buddy of mine had me get my nose on it the first time. Fell in love with it right away. Got a decan of it. Had a decan of it for a little bit, and used it all up. And then I came across a sample card of it and wore it a couple last full wears just to lock in that I was sure, but I didn't even really need to go through all that. I knew from the minute I smelled this that it was something that I wanted to have. This is, in my opinion, a superior fragrance. So you got a 120 ml bottle here. It is EDP concentration. Um, this one, when it first opens up, especially, this one is going to have some comparisons to BR 540. I mean, you've probably heard people talk about the comparisons. I'm a big fan of BR 540. I do love the fragrance DNA. And I do agree that there is a feel, there is a vibe with this one that is similar to BR 540, but it's not redundant of 540 in any way. You can have this and 540 in your collection, and they're both different enough that, you know what I mean, they're fragrances both in their own right and both great. In my personal opinion, between this and 540, if you take out the price, if they were both the same price, I would buy this one and wear this one every day of the week and twice on Sunday over 540, even though I do like BR 540 as a fragrance. This thing is going to open with just a great burst of sweet saffron. I think is the dominant thing you're going to get out of it at first. There's a little bit of citrus in there, but not as noticeable really. That saffron and amber is really prominent in the beginning. And unlike BR540, which in my opinion, I feel like it's a little more of a linear fragrance, this one does have some changes that are going on. You get into the heart, and you're going to have some great florals. There's some rose, there's some jasmine, uh, and then into the dry down, into the base, there's vanilla. There's a really sweet vanilla, and I think that there was one thing about this. Yeah, the I know that this fragrance has like I guess what you consider be a higher concentration in it of ethyl maltol. Has a lot of that ethyl maltol in it, and that gives it this really sweet caramelized fruit kind of like caramelized sugar, like much similar to what BR540 gives you, like a kind of a caramelized sugar kind of smell. Um, really nice. And then in the base, you've also got some creamy sandalwood. Like there's sandalwood in the base backing this up, and it's gives it a really nice creamy feel. But it's very classy. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to call it a gourmand fragrance, because gourmand usually describes something that you could eat. Um, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but it does have some kind of let's make up a word, gourmandy qualities to it. Um, but as far as the overall scent profile goes, like when you smell this scent profile, it's light, it's airy, it's sweet, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I would rate it 10 out of 10 for the scent profile. Definitely a 10 out of 10 there. So 10 out of 10 performance, atomizer, scent profile. Let's talk about the performance, or do we need to talk about the performance? This is a Mancera, and even though it has been debated and argued a little bit about the older versions, the older formulations in the older bottle with the threaded cap being more powerful and stronger than the current formulation. My opinion is it's possible that the original formulations have just had that maceration time and they've just kind of reached their peak performance levels, or maybe there is. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to compare. I just picked this up in this bottle that's available now. I have not gotten my nose on. Now, when I got the decant of it, I can't say for certain what formulation the decant was from. I really can't. It's been a little while, maybe about 6 to 8 months ago since I, kind of first got my nose on this thing. But yeah, as far as performance goes, it's Mancera performance. Um, Great projection. This one in particular has a really nice sillage to it. It leaves a great scent trail. Smells really great in the air around you. More than arm's length scent bubble on this. Plus, you're going to get your little personal scent bubble with it. Really good. Um, Longevity, it projects and is really noticeable for about a good 8 hours, 7, 8 hours. And then it even after it dries into a skin scent, you still catch some whiffs of it here and there. It's probably about 12 hours plus on total longevity. On clothes, you'll smell it a couple days later. Like, performance is not an issue. If the performance is the reason that you're considering this is whether it has performance or not, then nothing to worry about there. Performance category is definitely 10 out of 10. So, like I said, overall, I'm giving this complete 10 out of 10 fragrance. No question in my mind. It's one of my favorites of all time. It's got a beautiful scent profile that gets compliments. It's mass appealing. It's very from what I can tell, from my experience, women love smelling this. Women love this smell. It is a unisex fragrance that can go either side. Like a man or a woman could wear this comfortably, I feel. And I really don't want to say that it leans one way or the other. It's just such a great fragrance that it's just one of those ones that's so great that it doesn't discriminate. It has no discriminations. No matter who you are, what color you are, what race you are, what gender you are, your political affiliation, your stance on abortion. It doesn't matter what your views are or who you are. This is a great fragrance that I think anybody can check out and possibly fall in love with. Get a sample of this thing and check it out, especially if you're somebody who appreciates BR540 and that type of DNA. Get a sample, check this thing out. Hope you fall in love with it like I have. Thanks for watching my video today on Mancera's Instant Crush, and I hope that if you pick this one up, you love it just as much as I do. I'm the Mad Fragger. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.